if Jesus died on a cross and resurrected 3 days later, it completely changes everything to me. How do we want to approach this one? This guy's got a mic. He's talking. It's like lined up. Now, Chris, don't throw. Gorilla, I actually, I had a question for you.
All right, I might have an answer.
Okay, so the precursor to the question is I actually stream, and the reason I was so excited that you had a mic is because I jump into games with random people, and I ask them kind of maybe a little deeper questions than you would expect on a Call of Duty game. But I just love hearing...
No, I'm 33 years old, man. I've been playing since the original fucking Modern Warfare. There's nothing that's going to be like...
There's nothing that's going to surprise you anymore.
No, not at all.
I get it. My question to most people is, what do they think about God, and if they think he's real and stuff? I don't know. I just like to hear people's opinions.
I'll ask you, and I don't know if it's on stream, but honestly, I don't care anyway. But
that's fine.
My thing about that is like Santa Claus to children. I feel like God is that to adults. Like he told you to do good and all the promises of right. But at the same time, like I would still want to think that I would see my let's say elders once I died, right?
Yeah.
I would hope I will still see them. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are sold on, is that faith. But with no proof, there's no more than me telling you you'll be a millionaire in 27 years. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, it's just hope. Like, it's literally hope. Like, you're selling people on hope. That's essentially what faith is hope.
No, that's
like,
fair.
So, man.
So I guess my follow-up question to that would be what type of proof would someone need, or someone like yourself need, to be like, all right, like I'm convinced there's a God.
To see it myself.
Yeah.
Pretty much wanted to show me people, you know what I mean? Because nobody alive has seen God, you know what I mean? Like, that's just my thing. Like, yeah, I hope my grandmother died and suffered of cancer, and I watched her die, and actually found her dead when I was in the grade. So the only thing I got out of that as a young man was everybody has to die. And with, you know, let's say third world countries, right? These kids are fucking starving, especially like the little black kids, I guess you would call them, with the big stomachs and flies all over their places in these commercials, right? So somebody would tell me that their God is alive and an amazing God, but these kids are born into a life of like suffering. And I told them, if that's your God, then I'll tell you he's a cruel motherfucker. You know what I mean? It is what it is, though.
Suffering sucks. Suffering does suck.
Yeah, to be born into poverty with no hope, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's...
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, sure, a couple of them will make it out, but that's like saying a couple of guys will make it to the NBA, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's actually, what I think is really... I don't know, from a Christian perspective, right? I'm not going to try to hide who I am or anything like that.
Oh, not that.
But from a Christian perspective, it's really interesting that, like, suffering does suck, and it's so real and so prevalent. I'm not gonna...
You want to buy like a cluster or something? I got 3 bands.
Nah.
I'll pop a USB and I'll just buy one. Go ahead.
I think something that's so difficult for a lot of people to realize that maybe aren't Christians, is how real suffering is. And the American version of Christianity, bro, the American version of Christianity is so wrong and so misrepresentative of what Christianity actually is and what it started as. Like those people who first started Christianity, the people who proclaimed Christ, Jesus died on the cross and resurrected 3 days later. Those people, they died for what they believed. They were literally martyred or they were literally executed for what they believed, which is insanity to what some people may think. Is that Christians we're actually called to die for what we believe. We're called to suffer for what we believe. And what you think about that? Do you think I'm crazy?
No, I can't tell anybody they're crazy for their beliefs, man.
Yeah.
On top of like, you know, growing up like this, I was in the Navy for 7 years. So like I've seen a lot of that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And I mean, everybody's life is theirs to live. So somebody telling me like from a Christian standpoint, a fucking Muslim or whatever it may be, you can't tell me what I should believe in, how I should feel, and what I should do on a day-to-day basis because you didn't grow up as me. You haven't walked in my shoes. You haven't done anything that I went through in my life. So that just like you save it for yourself.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to believe in what I'm believing, and if what you say is true, your God is a forgiving God. You know what I mean? So he'll forgive me. I don't need you trying to force no bullshit down my throat because of the way you feel about it.
Yeah, and I want to let you know, like, I'm not trying to force anything down, but like.
Oh no, you're not. I'm just speaking in general. No. I'll mute the fuck out of you if you get on my nerves. I'm just telling you, like, that's who I am as a person, man. I'm
someone who's kind of obsessed with like the intellectual, rational aspect of Christianity. Someone in on me. I'm looking for the other one. Ah! The only one.
Oh, this one just disappeared, and there was guys here as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I see these guys about to start.
There's two of them.
I got one.
You're good. I'm just.
The other ones.
He has to come to you. He can't run that hill. So you got him.
I'm just
chilling behind you. Huh. Oh man, poor fella. Oh, we got money. I didn't even know that. I'm gonna go get myself. Oh, somebody just shot at me. Oh, whoa.
I have some shots. I have some shots down for you.
I'm plating.
Yeah.
Plating. Yep, thank you. Where are they at?
They were up in the hill.
Oh yeah. Oh, wow, he sees me no matter. Oh shit. I fell off the back behind you. I'm rotating to your left.
Found a target.
Got it.
Sure there's. Hold on.
Phoenix 3.
Back around on your left hand side.
Got one dead.
See the other one? Give me a ping.
I think he was like over this way. I'm not 100% sure.
Hey, wait, are you streaming right now?
I am, yeah.
So I'm out here like putting on a whole bot performance.
Bot performance?
Oh, bro, I'm out here with no damage, man.
Dude, I'll be completely honest. My hope is that like you would just maybe consider thinking about Christianity being true. I'm not saying you have to or anything like that.
Oh yeah. Oh no, let me well, I'll tell you this. I grew up in a church, right?
Okay.
Like I literally grew up in a church. I had to go to church like what, at least 3-4 times a week, like from like Sunday school and regular service. I went to Bible study and choir rehearsal, you know what I mean? Like I grew up in a church. But the people in the church, granted you're talking like this, the people in the church are the most judgmental people on
and this is why I do it. Is I think there's a lot of Christians out there that suck at representing Christianity and suck at representing Jesus.
But, I mean, I'm not telling you what you're doing is wrong and all, but if somebody come here to like enjoy themselves or wind down from work or whatever it may be, the reason why they play this game, nobody's gonna want to hear that shit. That's just me being me.
I mean, that's fair.
Especially like, all right, let me just say this, like, you could be a cool guy, but this is our first game together, and you know what I mean? And like, just like for instance, and those guys, you were like, hey, could you ping them? Granted, you have Combat Scout on, I'm pretty sure, but it was no pings as well earlier in the game. So somebody that like pays attention to like that, you know what I mean? Or somebody that says, hey, I don't care about kills or winning, then I would ask you, why are you here? Like, why wouldn't you serve that purpose on another game that you actually cared about? I mean, granted, you're on PC, I would assume, if you're streaming. Yeah. But the people that will pay for, you know, Xbox Live or whatever it may be, they just really want to enjoy themselves. Yeah. Like, nobody's going to want to hear this, you know what I mean? Like, just honest, like, you know what I mean? Because the people that actually embrace what you're saying and shit like that, they're still going to play the game. But at the same time, do I want to hear this in like my downtime? Like, cause me, I work 12 hours a day. So if I come home after like a 15, 16 hour day at work, am I really gonna want to hear this when I'm just trying to kill somebody?
I mean, that's fair. I mean, you're allowed to have that. Like, I appreciate people being honest with me and stuff. I've experienced different. Like, I've been doing this for about 6 months, and it's been probably the most influential 6 months of my life, and that I've gotten to have amazing conversations with so many different people with so many different thought processes. And it's really challenged me in my faith. And it's really challenged a lot of other people that are a part of my community to really ask difficult, hard questions about what we believe and whether it's true and stuff like that. So like if someone wants to not play with me and not talk about it and like aren't chill, like people leave, like, and I don't get offended by it. Like I really, like, it doesn't bother me. All
right, I'll just say this though, like, you know, because I can ask, like, you know, people who go to church for like 30 plus years straight, like, you know, the cast not into the swine and all this, like, you know what I mean? Or even in general, like, you know, how could it be an Old Testament and a New Testament when this same guy is already dead? You know what I mean? Like, people are writing this book from their standpoint, and they sell the Bible for profit. They don't just give them away. So that to me in itself screams scam. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody just gives Bibles away for people to fucking follow in their faith. Like, they literally sell these for profit. That's like monetizing. Taxes don't pay, like, churches don't pay taxes on their property. You know what I mean? People give up money for their pastors and my pastor when I was a young man told me not to pray the material thing, but he drove a Mercedes-Benz.
I agree with you, those types
of so I would tell you, why don't you drive a Honda if you don't pray the material thing? It's not like you're working every day. You're not putting in a 9 to 5 to go get this car and spending your hard on money. The churches take care of all this for you. Like it's just so much for, like, I guess a normal person to see this. Like, it just doesn't make sense. That's my point of view of it. Like, it literally
you're right though. Like, you're right that a bunch of people, there's a lot of people out there that suck at representing Christianity. But this is where my life rests on, right? Is, did Jesus, did God walk among us, die on a cross, resurrect 3 days later, reconciling us back to himself? And I think the historical evidence from a scholarly position points to that answer of being yes. And if the answer to that question is yes, then it changes everything. It changes the fact that the Bible talks about people who suck at representing Christianity. And that there's going to be people who don't represent God and his son who died for us well. So if Jesus isn't real and he didn't die on a cross, then everything I do is in vain. I don't do this to get anything out of it. I don't want to talk about God to get anything out of it. But if Jesus died on a cross and resurrected 3 days later, it completely changes everything to me. And that's my encouragement to people is search for that truth. Don't set your opinions on people who suck.
I'm gonna shot on my right.
Just as if people put their opinions on Christianity because of people who suck about Christianity. Like, I could say that literally about anything of all time. Is like, I could discredit a Muslim because of the radical Islamists who blew up the World Trade Center. You know what I mean? But that's illogical. That doesn't make sense. I can't judge a person. I can't judge an entire faith by a small group of people. Similarly with, like, racial things, I can't judge an entire race of people based on the deeds of a couple people. That would be illogical. But hey, that's my thoughts, dude. I appreciate the conversation, dude. I really appreciate it. It was a good time.